when you have a baby, there's just assumptions that they will develop normally, that they will go to preschool and school, that they'll one day leave school, maybe go to university, get a job, get married, give you grandchildren. It's just all those assumptions that you just have as a parent, that when you're told that your child has a disability, all those assumptions kind of fly out the window really, and you're left feeling quite isolated and not really knowing what that assumption, that journey will be.
I'm cerebral at church and I had meningitis in 1997, which left me like not being able to move, speak or anything, and I had to relearn everything I can do now. I'd like to do a lot more pushing myself in my chair because it makes me feel good that I can do all this stuff, but it's just not that easy.
You have to go back to the start with this and ask why was there exclusion if you're looking for inclusion. And as a lot of these lads here would say, that they in the past don't really like participating in the community through very good reasons. A lot of them when they were young, being verbally abused and other sort of atrocities towards them because they look different.
I'd like to see everything made simpler, to be quite honest with you. Right across the board, from health and social services right through to the supplementary benefit, everything. You shouldn't have to be on the phone 24/7 chasing people. There's got to be a way of making it simpler.
Quite often with mental health issues, you can be smiling on the outside and apparently coping quite well with day-to-day life, but on the inside you can be actually screaming in pain because the emotional pain is so bad.
I think the main barrier is often trying to educate people, and you don't want to give them a lecture on the brain and the cranial nerves, etc., and pain and the amount of pain that people do experience, or the lack of pain control. It's just the fact that you haven't got full control of being you.
Denise Evans, the work rehabilitation officer from the social, is helping me to find a job. She managed to get me some voluntary work, and then she managed to get me onto the Kickstart scheme at Maison Maritime, and I've been there about 3 years now. Thoroughly enjoy it. It helped because it made me feel better about myself.
I think one of the biggest barriers is people's lack of understanding of what it is. Autism is a massive spectrum, and I don't think people always get it when people might be acting strange or a little bit odd, that they're not just a weirdo, they're actually somebody who has an autistic tendency.
I myself can't see to read, and if I write I can't see what I've written. I can't see the TV, although it's very enlarged. So I listen a lot to the radio, which has helped me a lot to keep in touch with the world, sort of thing. So I live on my own, and I try and cope on my own.
When I go into Boots, because I've got 2 sticks, I can't carry a basket, which I'm not the only person, there must be lots of other people. And so I have to get somebody off the till to go and walk around with me, and half the time I haven't forgotten half of the things, because, you know, when you're shopping with somebody else it's very awkward.
I've got a disabled driver's permit so I can park at the top, but a lot of people don't realise when they see me I look perfectly healthy. They don't recognise other disabilities other than people in wheelchairs and this sort of thing.
I mean, absent of a disability law, I'd like to believe that the state's departments would start communicating with each other better, that the state's deputies would begin to understand just how many people in Guernsey have a disability. They're very much unseen. Unless you actually go looking for them, you won't find them. They tend to stay in their houses. They don't tend to have mainstream jobs.
Somebody might be in a wheelchair, or they'll have other disabilities, and they won't be in a wheelchair. But just because they're different doesn't mean to say they have any less right to be on this planet than you do.
And it's just so important to people to be able to have this strategy. Will matter, eh?